What is up, you guys? Jordan here. Thank you for stopping by the channel once again. As you can tell from the title of this video, we're going to be talking about trends versus staples. And essentially, when new seasons come around, obviously there's going to be talk of trends. Obviously there's going to be talk of like essentials and staples. But not many people kind of talk about how to differentiate the two. So, and to be honest, I don't really know how to either, but I figured this would be kind of a good topic on what goes through my mind when it comes to trends versus staples. So I figured I'll just share it with you guys. Now, obviously there's going to be people that are like trend forecasters or see what's on the runway and they kind of just like put it in their articles and like major fashion magazines about what's going to be trendy this season. But in reality, the first thing that you guys need to consider whether it's going to be a trend or a staple in your wardrobe is your wardrobe itself, what you like in your opinion. So by that, you need to kind of look at the pieces that you are interested in and that you want to buy and kind of look at your wardrobe and see if it fits. If it's something that you're going to wear maybe 1 or 2 times at that specific season, then the odds are that it's going to be a trend for you. You know, maybe it'll develop into something that's more of like a staple or an essential, but if you are thinking about it at the time as like, man, I'll probably only get a few wears out of this, most likely it's going to be a staple, or you're just going to end up not liking it and getting rid of it anyways. So you can kind of be sure to know that that right there is a trend for you. Now on the contrary, if you see something that is trending in like the runways or the magazines, but you're like, man, I think I could wear that all the time. For instance, like these chunky, like patterned knitwear. I absolutely love it and it's very trendy right now. However, for me, I'm gonna be wearing this throughout every season that permits me to wear it. I'm not gonna wear it during the summer or spring, but anytime that it's cold, I'm gonna be wearing these patterned knitwear just because I think it looks super cool and it just goes with my wardrobe nicely. So it's, for me, that's gonna be a staple, even though right now it's kind of like a more trendy piece. So yeah, first thing you guys need to do, consider your own wardrobe. Second thing that you need to do is look at kind of history, look at the past. Things you've heard the saying that goes, fashion comes in cycles, and that is 100% true. You've seen like on the runways and even now like 80s, 90s, that kind of like retro vibe is very in trend right now, but obviously it was also in trend back in the 80s and the 90s. So it just goes in circles. It just comes and goes in cycles with everybody's different spin and interpretations on that kind of era. Now, a good way that you can see something that's going to be either a trend or a staple is to kind of see from that era what really stuck. For instance, let's take the moto jacket, the leather motorcycle jacket from back in like the 50s when it first originated with James Dean with the Shots Perfecto, all that kind of stuff. That back then was an iconic piece that has stuck around up until now and it will always be here for the ages. That back then was a staple. Now it's a staple. Also, back in like the 50s and 60s, think of like the Beatles. They wore the very British kind of Chelsea boot inspired pointy boot kind of thing. And then for a little bit, it kind of died out. And then here comes in the late 2000s, 2015, 2014, Kanye West, Bottega Veneta, all those kind of things started really pushing back that suede kind of Chelsea boot look. And it was a trend back then, but it has been a staple throughout all of history. It just kind of died down a little bit throughout like the 80s and 90s and stuff like that. So you just kind of have to look at the past and kind of see what was trendy, what was kind of the big thing back then, and if it's going to stick around for a long time or if it's still here now, then you'll know that it's definitely 100% a staple. But in the long run, everything comes back around once in a while, so if you miss it once, you'll be sure to see it again. The next thing that you guys should be doing, if you're not already doing it, is look at social media. Look at what's going on in the stores. Look what's going on the runways. What's going on in the magazines. Look at like the models. That's a good way and a good indicator to see kind of what these big fashion houses are trying to push in terms of breaking the boundaries, trying something new, starting new trends, that kind of stuff. But social media and influencers and models and celebrities are definitely a good way to kind of see what's going to be forecasted for the future or what might be really hot in that specific season. It's just something to consider. And last but not least, what I kind of alluded to in the first point is just your plain old opinion. It all comes down to what you like and what you want to wear. What might be a trend to others could be a staple for you. I mean, for instance, like Western wear is really big right now, but obviously people who are in the South and like more rural areas, that is a complete staple to them, so it's not even considered a trend, it's just their normal attire. So there's a lot of things, or like even like with colors, when colors are a big trend, if your favorite color is orange and you've been wearing it forever, it's not a trend to you, it's a staple, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of things that just really kind of like dwindle down to your opinion and what makes you comfortable with what you wear, whether it's a trend at the time or it develops into a staple in your wardrobe, but it's already a staple. So I say wear whatever you want, whether it's a trend or a staple, and the more you wear it, the more it becomes a staple in your wardrobe and not so much a trend. So that's just my 2 cents. Alrighty guys, I hope some of this helped in some sort of way. I've seen it in my comments a little bit that they didn't really know how to differentiate between trends and staples, but it really all just comes down to you. A lot of the stuff that I wear, I keep in my wardrobe for a majority of the time, so whether it's a trend or not at that time, I think of it as something that's going to be like it's going to have longevity in my wardrobe. I don't want to just buy it and then get rid of it. That's just a waste of money. So it's something, buy stuff that you actually like and are going to wear. That's what that's the moral of the story, whether it's a trend or not. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments below. Let me know how you guys differentiate between trends and staples or essentials. I'm curious. So yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you thought it was a little helpful or you liked it. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys are tuned in. I'm gonna go film some more videos right now. I got like 3 or 4 more to film today, but I'll be talking to you guys very soon. Bye.